Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to demonstrate how to randomize an array. So in a previous tutorial I demonstrated how to create and initialize an array, and the array that we used was a list of the Brady kids. So I'm going to use that same array, and each time we run this we're always going to get these in the same order. But if we wanted to randomize them so that we got them in a mixed up order when we run it, that's what we're going to do to this array. We're going to learn how to randomize it. So in order to create a random number, we need a couple of additional includes in here. We need the include for C time, and we also need the include for the C standard library. And I'm going to include the srand, and we're going to seed it with the time. So this is going to seed a random number. Okay, now next, when we're looping through here, we're going to try to create a random index number. So I'm just going to put in to generate a random index number. Right, these are the index numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why this is printing out in this order. It's printing out, starting out with 0, and then 1, then 2, then 3. So what we want to try to do is create a random index number to have it display. So I'm going to create a new variable called index, and I'm going to set that equal to the rand function, and we're going to divide that and take the remainder from our array size. So now, rather than using this value of I for our index, let's just use our new variable that's a random number between 0 and our array size. So let's output that and see what our result is. So we get these in a different order, but if you look, we're getting repeated index numbers here, right? Peter is in there twice. If I run it again, then we've got a few Bobbies, a couple of Cindys, randomize it again. So it is doing random, but it's repeating the random number again. Let's go back in and work with updating this a little. So part of the issue is that we're doing this C out while this is looping through and it's generating a new random number. And that's why we're getting the repeated names over and over again. So for right now, I'm just going to move this out of here. We're going to use that in a second. So we're still going to loop through however many elements are in our array. We're still going to generate a random index number, but now we're going to swap. We're going to create a copy of the Brady array and swap the original index with the new index value. Let me put a comment in here. So what we're gonna do is swap Brady I, our original array, with Brady that's using the randomly generated index number. So we're going to create a string type, and I'm just going to call that temp because our array type is a string. So we're going to be using a string value in here. And so we're going to set that equal to single equals Brady with the original index value. Now we're going to make an array out of our original one and set it equal to the Brady one using our random index value. And now we're going to say Brady are indexed with the random index values. It's going to be set equal to our temp. Okay, so this randomizes the index values in the array by creating a temporary value, swapping the values in our original array with our random index values in the array. So now what I'm going to do is print out the values from the array. So again, we have to use a loop. I'm going to move this comment down here because this is going to be more descriptive about what our loop is going to do. So again, we're going to use a for loop, and we're really doing the same thing here. So I'm just going to copy this, and we're just going to have it output our array. And instead of using the index value here, we're still going to just use I. All right, let's run that and see if now we're able to generate a random number without repeating. So this one looks good. I don't see any repeats there. And if I run it again, they're in a random order again with no repeats. So as I keep running it, I can see that it is randomizing my array without repeating. So that is one technique for randomizing the values in an array.